Totally just kidding. That's an ode to one of the first YouTubers that I ever watched, the infamous Jeremy Fragrance. Honestly, I just watch his videos now to watch him clap and do that turnaround because it makes me happy and it makes me laugh. So I could promise never to do that again, but I love it so much. You might see it in a future video. Hi, my name is Veronica. Thank you for joining me on Veronica Says. If you're here for the scent and makeup of the day, you're in the right place. Transparency, this is my first attempt actually filming from this angle instead of first person, you watching my hands. So let me know what you think of this and whether it works out. I don't know that I can do this all the time because I'm usually filming like in a robe with my hair up in a bun and my face looking like I just woke up. But on occasion, I will try to do this more. Let me know what you think and let me know about the sound quality. We are here in my bathroom, as you can see from the soaking tub behind me and the bedroom over through those doors. So the sound quality might not be the best, but it's the place where I can film uninterrupted from the rest of the family. So let's get to it. Scent of the day today is one that I found on FragranceNet. You know I love to shop on FragranceNet, and you know I love my discounts on FragranceNet. And I found this bottle on Fragrantica. When you scroll down on a review on Fragrantica, there's a line that talks about this perfume or fragrance or whatever reminds me of. And I forgot what I was looking at, to be honest with you, but I came across this, which is, and I don't even know how to pronounce this, it's so obscure, ST, the initials ST, not Saint, maybe it is Saint, but it's S.T. Dupont A La Francaise. And I went over to FragranceNet and saw that they had this there for a ridiculously low price. I think I got this for under $30 by the time that I applied the 35% off coupon. Please be sure to find those discount codes on Google. There's always a code on top of the discounts that Fragrantica is offering. So I had never heard of this house before, this ST Dupont or Saint Dupont. If you are familiar with it and I'm saying it incorrectly, please correct me down in the comments. I would be glad to know exactly how to say this. Anyway, the bottle came total blind buy, was just wondering. There were no notes, there were no reviews. I couldn't find anything about it. And I mean, of course, then I'm doubly intrigued to know what it smells like. So I have applied this earlier. I'm going to reapply just to sort of acquaint myself again with the openings. The opening notes. I did manage to find only on Amazon the note breakdown. So the top notes for this are lemon, grapefruit, citron, bergamot, and lime. I would say it does have a very citrusy opening. It smells clean and fresh upon opening. The middle notes are lavender, rosemary, and verbena. And then the base notes, or verbena, I say verbena, you say verbena. Base notes, neroli, iris, and benzoin. And so anyway, as I let this calm down, I've had this on probably 4 or 5 hours today. What I noticed is that it's very pleasant. It is not cloying. It's not a scent that I think would offend anyone else. I also don't think it's a particularly remarkable scent, but that's not a bad thing. You don't always need the scent to be the most interesting, the most, the loudest in the room, whatever, right? The most unique. Sometimes a nice, subtle, pleasant scent is exactly what you're going for. So in that sense, no pun intended, in that sense, I think that this is a great blind buy. If you like a clean, citrusy perfume with a little bit of, what does it have? It feels soft on the back end. It's like a soft bed of like a musky scent that I get, to be honest with you, with that citrus on top. It's subtle, it's pleasant, it's pretty, and certainly worth the under $30 that I paid for it. So that is a mysterious name I can't pronounce, ST Dupont or Saint Dupont A La Francaise. Apparently, there are about 50 fragrances in this line, quite a variety. You can check out the reviews on Fragrantica. If you've watched my channel, you know that I just get a blast from reading those Fragrantica reviews, and all of the crazy descriptions that our fellow reviewers put in. They are so entertaining. But this is not on Fragrantica. You will see the one that looks like this, but it doesn't have the A La Francaise. It's Parfum on there, and that has some pretty interesting reviews too, but that's a different fragrance than this. So that's my scent of the day. And what I want to do for makeup today is share with you that Becca Cosmetics, B-E-C-C-A, Becca Cosmetics, apparently is closing down, or closing its doors rather, in September. I don't know why. Perhaps they couldn't keep up with all of the crazy makeup trends that are going on, the competition, COVID. I have no idea. I haven't looked into all of that. But I do want to say that I have a number of Becca products that I really like. And so I will leave a discount code in the description box for you if you would like to go and purchase any of the products that I talk about today, or some other products before Becca closes its doors. My sense is that some of these products are going to run out of inventory quickly. Hopefully this is not a ploy and they're actually going to stay open later. You know how that sort of thing goes. But if there are some products you like, go get them now. I guarantee you they're going to end up being sold out. I can't guarantee you. I suspect they're going to end up being sold out here as we get into the summer months, and definitely into the fall as they're clearing out or selling off all of their inventory to other markets. So I want to share with you some of the products that I love the most and make some recommendations for you. And you know how this goes. Scarcity creates desire, right? It's a supply and demand thing. As the supply goes down, people are going to go crazy for it. That, I don't know, maybe we'll hike up some prices on, second markets and so forth. I don't really know. But what I'm getting at is that because Becca is closing its doors, now I'm like, oh, I really like Becca. I need to stock up on their products. I need this. I need that. I got to have it in my life. Whereas yesterday, you guys, I wasn't thinking about Becca at all. So let's just be honest about that. That dynamic aside, let's get to it. I'm going to start with products that I like. Actually, I'm only going to talk about products I like. I've got highlighters. I've got bronzer. I have two bronzers. Maybe I'll swatch them both for you. Lipsticks, glosses, foundation, and some other things. So let's get to it. I will start with, and this is what I'm wearing today. This is my makeup of the day in honor of Becca closing down. I have on the Becca Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation, which is okay. I think it's a solid foundation. I don't know that it's in like my top 5, but, and I don't know that I would repurchase this. In fact, I know I'm not going to repurchase it. I just put in an order on Becca for the things that I don't want to run out of, and this was not in the cart. Not because I don't like it, but because I have other, you see that those baskets there have all of my foundations that I really do truly love. But just to give you a sense of this one, this is in the color, what color are you? Camel. This is in the color Camel, and by the end of this video, my hands are going to look crazy. I just know it. This is my first time doing this from this angle. All right, so here's Camel. You guys, I'm always saying in my videos that my face is darker than my hands. Now you see what I'm saying, because I tan my face and I tan sort of this part of my body. But here's my real my real body color that people don't see when I do video conferencing. So anyway, here's Camel. Really nice foundation. Here, let me just do a close-up. You can see what it looks like on my skin. I do have some texture here on my cheeks and some texture under my eyes. A little bit of lines on my forehead or whatever, but I think it did okay overall. Hang on one second. I need to go get a towel. I will be right back. Okay. So anyway, the foundations I think are nice, and this is the one that I have. Again, that's the Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. And Becca products are not inexpensive. It's considered high-end. It's not quite luxury, but it's high-end. And so there are some sales going on the site now that you should absolutely take advantage of if you're in the market for these products. Let me also talk about another face product, which is the Becca Soft Light Blurring Powder. I have mine in the color Golden Hour. This also did not make it into my cart for repurchase, but I like this one. First of all, the packaging is very pretty. If you're in the market for a face powder, I would certainly advise that this is a nice one. I just have a lot of face powders and I don't really need another one. And the Becca one doesn't stand out enough to me to want to have a backup of it. But I like this, and this is gonna last me probably another year or so. You can see what the color looks like there. It has a nice sort of blurring effect, particularly for pictures. Like if you take a look at my pictures on Instagram, now my phone does a little bit of sort of automatic filtering when you take pictures. It's just like on the selfie mode. It does a little bit of that, so it naturally blurs for me, but these kinds of powders and so forth really do help with that. By the way, if you're interested in joining me on Instagram, I am at Veronica Says All. We've got a fantastic community going on Instagram, both of makeup lovers and fragrance lovers and life enthusiasts. So join us on there and connect with me, and then through me connect with others, and it's one big happy family. So this Becca powder is great. I did order another powder, made it into my cart. It's like a blurring powder, and it's a round one from Becca. So that's on its way, but not this one. Okay, nothing wrong with that. It's a great powder. I have to talk about one of my all-time favorite Becca products, and the reason that I actually panicked when I heard that Becca was closing its doors. If you've watched my videos, you know that this here, if it was a child, I would adopt this. It would be part of my family. This is the Becca AntiFatigue Under Eye Blurring Powder. Let the heavens open up, let the rays come down. This is a holy grail for me. Not for everyone, but for me. As I said, I'm 46 and I do have some lines under my eyes that are actually grossly accentuated in this video. So I apologize for that. If you're like, did she say they help with that? But look at her under eyes. It's just the way the lighting is in here. I have this overhead lighting that just accentuates the lines, but it's the way it is, guys. In person, they don't look as bad, I promise. This stuff here, you can't see it. Let me show you what I mean. It looks blue in the pan, see? But on your skin, it shows up clear. And what it does is creates a little bit of putty under your eye to help fill in some of the fine lines before you go in with concealer and with any powder. I may have over powdered a little today, which is why you see that it looks the way it does. Whatever, folks, we're gonna roll with it. But I ended up purchasing three backups of this, because that's all that the Becca site allows you to purchase. Now, if they're still on Sephora's site, by the time Sephora has their April spring sale, I'm gonna load up on even some more of these because I really don't wanna run out of it. I love it so much. Okay, so that's the anti-fatigue stuff. Let me talk about some palettes. One of these is still available on the Becca site, but the other is sold out. And these are the Becca Chloe Malika palettes. Oh, look, isn't that weird? I can see myself in the, guys, I'm goofy. These are really nice. They are face palettes that look like this, okay? They have a highlighter, they have a bronzer, and they have two blushes, which are fantastic. This particular one there's two of them. There's a Chloe one and there's a Malika one. Malika is the darker toned one, which is this one here. And then the Chloe one is a little bit lighter in tone, you see. So you have your bronzer, your blushes, and your highlighter. What I love about these is these are great to take on vacation. These are great all-in-ones. These are great if you're that person that doesn't want to fuss with 3,486 products in the morning and you want sort of an all-in-one. This can do it. This can be like a crease shade. Nope. Actually, it could, but that's not what I was getting at. This could be eyelid shade. This can be a crease shade, and then you can play around with where these might sit in your eyeshadow look. So really great palettes. I would not hesitate to purchase this again. I didn't order another one because I don't need it. It's going to take me forever to go through this. And it's not a product that I just have to have a repurchase of, but what I'm getting at is that it's a good buy. And I think they have them on sale. They were normally $44. I think they're on sale for $33, $38, something like that. So that's the Chloe and Malika face palettes. Great purchases from Becca. One of the first products that I fell in love with from their line. Let me talk about eyeshadow, which I have on today. This is Sassy Saturday, which means I am playing with color today. I'm doing something that I wouldn't normally do during the week. I think maybe this is a little too bold of a blue eye look for like video conferencing with my colleagues. Let me see if I can change the tone of light here so you can see. See, it's like a little iridescent. It's too much for, oh, actually, let's leave that lighting on. Should I do the clap again? Just kidding. Okay, this is an eyeshadow palette from Becca. It's the only one I have. I don't have any of their other eyeshadow palettes, and I didn't see any others on the website. I know that Becca has had others. In fact, do I still have Volcano? Hang on. I don't. I gave it away. Sorry. I had the Becca Volcano palette, which is a nice one, but I had too many similar colors. I was remembering that as I'm digging for it and cannot find it. The Becca Volcano palette, you can find probably secondhand, not secondhand, you can find it on discount at like Marshalls and TJ Maxx. Of course, you can find any of these palettes secondhand on Mercari, and you can find some new ones on eBay. I can't imagine that Becca is one of those companies that has been counterfeited. I have a hard time believing that. So if you do see a palette that says it's new, as long as the packaging looks right and they have pictures of what the inside looks like, the actual palette you're going to get, I don't know. My guess is you can probably feel comfortable purchasing it through like an eBay, Mercari, Poshmark or something like that. But this particular palette is called the Pearl Glow Shimmering Eye Palette. So I like the aesthetics of a palette. So let me start with the packaging, sorry. It's a white package like this. I don't love that it's thick because I like to sit my packages up in a row. And so in that sense, this is a bit of a pain. But overall, it is a nice, like this clamshell kind of palette. And what I really like about it is the way that the shadows look inside. Here you go. So this is a palette, I'm going to be honest with you, that I wanted to give away. In fact, it was sitting in that bottom shelf over there with some others that I was like, I don't know about these. I think I may need to pass these on. And like I said at the top of the video, because Becca's going out of business, now all of a sudden I love this palette more. You know how that goes. These are really shimmery pearl kinds of shades, pearlescent. Some of them are, there's a few mattes in here. It is not the highest performing palette. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got this on sale at Marshalls, I think for $16 to $19, somewhere in that range. I don't think it's on the Becca site. So if you want it, you gotta go to Marshalls or TJ Maxx or something like that. They might have some left over. But I love that the shadows are in these raised pans like this, these baked, pearlescent kind of shadows. I have this one here. Okay, this is just weird. You can see yourself. I'm so amateur at this, you guys. I have this one here, up here in the brow bone and on the inner corner there. I took this color and this was all fingers. I did not use brushes for these. And I did one of these numbers on the inside there. I took this color, and that's what is on the middle to the outer part of my, what are these things called? The eyelid. And then, let's see, I took this, I just talked about that color. I took a little bit of the black and just did a little bit of outer corner. And I also used this as my eyeliner with a smudge brush. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. So a brush like this, and you take just a little bit of the shadow and you just use it as your liner. You don't need to like go in with, you know, a pencil or a liquid liner unless you really want to. Whatever is your style. My point is that you can get it all out of your palette. And then I took this color here and did a little bit of what you see, that iridescent kind of shade in the middle. Let me apply a little bit more so you see what I mean. It just does that like extra zhuzh. See? So anyway, it's a fun look for Saturday. We're just hanging around the house today, not doing anything special. I have done a look on the other side with these more warm and neutral kind of colors over here. It is a nice palette. It's just not my favorite. But if you are looking for a Becca palette, check this out. Check out the Becca Volcano palette too if you like glam. There are some shadows in there, I wish I could show it to you, that are really high, like shimmer, glitter, and can really give you a jazzy evening look if you're looking for that. Okay, let's go on to some other Becca favorites. What are we gonna talk about next? How about let's talk about the bronzers. I have two, and I have to go get the other one. Un momento. I'm back. I have Capri Coast. I have Capri Coast and I have Bronzed Bondi. Okay, with Bronzed Bondi, it looks like this, which is a darker color. Let me show you what that looks like on the face. I'm going to use a really big, fluffy bronzer brush like this. So I do like it. It's a little dark for me. So unless I'm like super duper tanned, I probably won't use this again. But I do keep it because I use it as a crease shade before I go in with other eyeshadow, which is nice. It's a little bit reddish in tone. See my artwork? It's not my artwork. I didn't make that artwork, but isn't that strange and pretty? I like strange and pretty things. And I also have Capri Coast, which is much better for my skin tone, regardless of whether this color or this this color. And that's what that looks like. So I know on the camera you can't really tell the difference. Let me apply some more because this is what I used today in honor of Becca. There you go. And then I do one of these numbers. You know I have a big forehead. We kind of temper that down with some toasting around the edges. And then you can go in, you can do one of these type of things, pinch it, and then do a little bit along the sides of your nose too, if you want to. It's up to you and what you want to do with your face. It's your face. Do whatever you want with your makeup. Look however you feel like looking, my friends. So anyway, the Becca bronzers is what I'm getting at. These are great, and I love the packaging. I think it's so cool. Okay, let me keep going because my camera is only gonna let me record 31 minutes and then it cuts me off, so I gotta go. Let's also talk about the highlighters. The Becca highlighters are second to none. They even are better than the Natasha Denona highlights that I have. And that's saying a lot because you know I love Natasha Denona. I'm going to show you the colors I have. I'm going to pretend that I'm a fancy makeup YouTuber and I'm going to swatch these for you, okay? All right. Let's go with, I'm going to start with the darkest one that I have, which you're going to be shocked that I have this as a highlighter. But hear me out. It's called Chocolate Geode. This is a magnificent color. My favorite color is like a cognac brown. Oh, so this reminds me of that, except with some glitter. Let's do the swatch YouTube thing. So there's Chocolate Geode. Next up is Topaz, which is a little bit lighter than the Chocolate Geode. So you might be wondering, people always use highlighters that are lighter than their skin tone, thus the highlight. Well, I do what I want to do with my face, you guys. So if I'm going for like a super JLo glow look, I might use one of these. See? It's fine. Just have fun. It's just powder. That's all it is. It's just powder. Get what you want, have fun, experiment. And you can use these as eyeshadows too. You can use them as lid shades. You can use these in the crease. They're really nicely milled and whatever. All right, so Chocolate Geode and Topaz. And then I have Champagne Pop, which looks like this. And I have it in some sort of special packaging. I forget what the packaging means, but cool packaging. This is the Champagne Pop, and this is the one that Becca became the most famous for with their for their highlighters. Really nice, really versatile, kind of gold champagne-y color. And I have two more little minis, but I ordered a bunch more from Becca. Not a bunch more, I ordered two more. I'm gonna stop lying, I ordered two more. So this one is called Moonstone. Do I wanna do Moonstone? I have Moonstone and Opal. So let me see which one is the lightest. Yeah, okay, so this is not the lightest of the two. This is called Opal. And this is not as gold as the others. It's a little bit more subtle. Is that picking up? So not quite as champagne-y as that, a little bit more taupey. And then Moonstone is the lightest. I did order an even lighter one of this. I have Flexitarian from ColourPop. Who's familiar with that highlighter? I wanted something like that that wasn't quite as like obnoxious as Flexitarian. It can get really bad. So those are the highlighters that I have from Becca. I love them all. You can use them, like I said, as eyeshadows. They will perform well for you. They stay put all day and they give you a nice glowy look. Okay, let's keep going. I want to talk about lipsticks and lip gloss. I have 5 beautiful lipsticks from Becca. It's another of my favorite lipstick lines. I did go ahead and order a couple more. I only have 2 lips. This is all I got. So I have like a ridiculous number of lipsticks. 50? I have no idea. A lot. And so I want to be realistic. Even though I'd love to collect the entire line, I'm not going to go through all of that. And lipsticks do eventually go bad, whereas I think that powders, like your eyeshadows, will probably last you a lot longer if you take good care of them, keep them out of humidity if they're high quality. But your lipsticks, you know, it just depends. They will go bad. Some people like to throw them out after 6 months. I'm not throwing out my lipsticks after 6 months. No, 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 no. I will keep them until they start to look or smell funny. That's when they gotta go. So some lipsticks, that happens after a year, 2 years. I know. If that grosses you out, I'm sorry. But this is the lipstick, it's called the Ultimate Lipstick Love line from Becca. So I have 5 that I want to share the colors with you. Here is Dusk. Is this what I have on today? It is. It's what I have on today. Dusk. Okay. Dusk. This is my first time swatching lipsticks like this. This is very, very comical to me. Dusk. It's a pretty beige, pinky, slightly peach color. Really pretty. Tawny. Another great color. Ooh, this is a little bit warmer. Oh, that's a lot warmer. That's a little bit more like brown in tone. Love it. Okay. All right, and then we have Mocha. Even darker, more rosy toned. You know, I'm trying to figure out where to point on the camera. You know how you do that when you're looking in the mirror and you're trying to, I'm pointing back here. I need to be pointing up here. Okay. Enough about me and my first time showing my face on YouTube woes, right? Taupe. This is the color Taupe. These are creamy and they have a slight bit of sheen. So there's Taupe at the top. They're much more neutral. Much more neutral. And one more, Rosewood. Really pretty reddish color there. Love that a lot. Love it, love it. So these perform well. They, like I said, have a little bit of sheen on them, which probably wasn't the best selection because I do have a lot going on my eyelids in terms of shimmer and shine. And my general rule is if you've got shimmer and shine on the eye, keep your lipstick neutral. But it's Saturday and this is how it worked out. And then I have a couple of lip glosses. Their lip glosses are fantastic and I ended up ordering a bunch more. I have one that I don't think you can get your hands on anymore unless you get it secondhand. It's a collaboration with Chrissy Teigen. It's their Glow Gloss in Beach Bum. Love that. Look at that. Okay, and then finally, last product I want to feature today is another glow gloss, and I forget the name of this color, but there's only so many. I think it's like a mauve. mauve, mauve. So that's Becca. Hope you enjoy this first, video of doing it from this direction versus the other. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you want to hang out and talk about perfume and makeup again. And I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day. Take care, everyone.